Good morning, Saturday morning. Today I'm going to be talking about some stuff that's going on in the state of California, and it just is going to get a little worse and worse as we progress through some of these articles. It's going to be a fairly short video just discussing some of the lunacy coming out of this state. If you are one of the people that voted on the poll that I posted in the community tab that said that you were planning on leaving California in the near future, I'm assuming that today's video is most likely going to further cement your ideas of wanting to leave this state. I do want to say thank you to everyone that likes, comments, subscribes. Thank you to everyone that interacts with this channel. Thank you to everyone that supports me and what I'm doing. If you want to support the channel, you can use any of the links down in the description below. So we're going to start off real quick with something that might not seem like such a bad idea. Feel free to let me know if I'm wrong. Now this title here is from the California Department of Justice. It says, Governor Newsom signs police reform legislation. SB 2 creates a system to investigate and revoke or suspend peace officer certification for a serious misconduct. Now, do I like the idea of that? Do I see that potentially being abused in some way? Sure. And would that make it more likely for cops to not want to be cops anymore? I could see why that would happen. However, anytime that you take away powers from the government and the people who would control you in some way, I'm not going to be too upset with that. SB 16 increases transparency over peace officer misconduct records. Now, the state of California and Newsom and Bonta and everybody that passes laws and all the legislatures in this state seem to be very much pro-police reform. However, at the same time, I kind of wonder about this next article. Does the LA County Sheriff's Deputy accidentally opens fire in courtroom? Now, a LA County Sheriff's Deputy during an open court where there were lawyers and people attending court in session, he somehow managed to discharge his firearm in an unintentional discharge. You know, now us in the firearm industry, we refer to that as a negligent discharge, but this was an unintentional discharge. Now, there is currently, due to the active investigation, we are unable to further comment at this time, but what we can say is based on the results of this investigation, proper administrative action will be taken if warranted. So this dude decided to have a little bit of a desk pop at work. He has a desk pop, and we don't know anything. Now, we see the situation where cops are the people that the government, the state of California specifically, is saying needs more oversight and is running too free. Yet somehow, the LAPD is able to have their new service weapon be a firearm that is an unsafe handgun as determined by the California Department of Justice, because the Los Angeles Police Department selects the FN 509 MRD-LE as its new duty pistol. Now, if you or I, a regular civilian, a normie, would want to go and buy this gun, the only choice that we would have would be to buy it on the private market used at nearly 3 times MSRP, because this gun is what the state considers a unsafe handgun because it does not meet the stringent requirements that have been placed on us as private individuals. So how is it that the government is going to pretend like they give a shit and care about police reform when they're giving the police more rights than they give the average person? Now, going over to this next article that gets absolutely ridiculous. To combat meth, California will try a bold treatment. Pay drug users to stop using. That's the article headline from NPR. Now, those of you that have been around this channel for a while, you might know that there was a similar situation in San Francisco where they were going to pay criminals not to shoot people. For certain people in that program, they were going to pay them up to $300 for not shooting people. And I don't remember if that was a month or week, but either way, they were going to say, congratulations, we didn't catch you shooting someone this month. Here's $300. Cool. I'm glad my tax dollars are going to that. Now, then this program is going to pay drug users to stop using. Now, let me be very clear with this. The war on drugs has been an absolute failure. Treating drug users who are addicts, who have health problems and mental health problems as criminals is not necessarily the answer. Now, if they commit a crime, should they be punished for those crimes? Absolutely. But you're not just going to give a meth head $200 and he's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go fix my life and turn it all around. We good. If you give a meth head cash, they are going to spend it on drugs. I feel like that's not a very controversial stance to have, but if you give someone who is an addict, who is not in control, and is running loose among the civilians, they are not going to do good things with that money. Should there be programs to help get them the help they need, get them clean, get them skills so that they can return to the workforce and start being a positive impact on society? Probably. I'm sure there are many programs like that that would be much better use than just straight up giving money to drug users. I would much rather see money go towards actually giving them real help as opposed to just giving them money for not pissing hot that day. But then again, what do I know? Now, we then go on to this last article of who's dying from COVID in California. Now, this is an interesting topic. I'm going to leave this link down below. This is from calmatters.org. But in this article, they discuss things like how young are they? What's the racial breakdown? How has it changed? Is there a growing gender gap? How do deaths compare to other states? How do counties compare? Were they vaccinated or were they not vaccinated? Now, those are all that's a personal decision that people can make. But then the only thing in here that really was a direct correlation was, are they younger or older? Because none of these other things like race or gender are necessarily going to make you directly related to your death rate or how severe of a sickness you're going to get. Throughout this article, not a single time did they mention at any point that people that are obese or overweight make up over like 80% of the people that are dying. If throughout this whole last year, we would have focused on improving the health of the people in this state instead of just focusing on COVID is racist, or whatever the fuck it is that they're trying to say in this article. If we would actually focus on getting people healthy to a healthier state of being, maybe this wouldn't be as big of a deal. But it's all about control. It's never really been about health, has it? Those of you that live in the state of California like me, you're probably wondering, man, what the hell is going on with this state? And for those of you that are wondering, Reno, why do you stay? Well, every day that goes by in the state of California, as I'm here, I get closer and closer to finally wanting to leave. I don't foresee myself being able to leave within the next 5 to 10 years based on some stuff going on in my life as far as my career, my profession, that kind of thing. But I don't have any intentions of ever retiring here. And as more and more goes on, like paying meth heads, letting cops have free reign over what guns they can have while restricting the civilian use of common firearms, constantly making every single thing you do illegal at every step of the way, making it impossible to even try to think about complying with the laws, it makes it harder and harder for me to stay. And I get closer and closer to leaving every single time a new law is passed. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. I don't see myself living here long term, but for the time being, I am here. And even if I do leave, I'm not going to give up on you guys. I'm still going to make everyone aware of what's going on. But if you live in the state of California and you've ever had thoughts like this, let me know down below. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.